Hey guys, I hope you are doing well and are enjoying Season 14 so far. I've only played a few games, but I'm happy to say I think Ekko's in a really good spot at the moment. The reduced price of Rocket Belt, reduced price of Medjai's, buffed Lich Bane, the new Storm Surge item, and the buffed AP of Death Cap all benefit Ekko. I've currently been testing a few builds with going Rocket Belt first into Lich Bane, and then Rocket Belt first into Storm Surge, and while I did find Storm Surge to do more damage, I think Lich Bane is a better item for Ekko because it gives you cooldown reduction, and the passive on Lich Bane has a much shorter cooldown than the passive on Storm Surge. And according to some league news, Storm Surge will be getting nerfed, so once that does happen, I think Lich Bane will be your go-to second item after Rocket Belt. And that being said, let's get into my very first game of Season 14. Here I'm laning against Illusion. And I didn't realize that, I thought it was Syndra, so I have Hail of Blade instead of Electrocute. But even so, my game plan is still the same. All I want to do for the first few waves is farm. Lucian is a lane bully, so there's no point trading with him, he will always outtrade you, so all you want to do in the early game as Ekko is farm. Once you have level 7, you start one-shotting casters, and you have some AP, then you can start looking for roams and get priority. But for now, there's no point fighting Illusion. Here, he actually gives me priority because he goes to check Raptors, and I will gladly take that and crash the wave. Doing an early wave crash into these champions is really effective because it gives them minimal time to abuse your weak early game. Because now, the wave will crash and it will push back into me. All I need to do now is just last it. I can just safely stand far away and farm with Q and autos when he allows me to. And my goal is to farm to 700 gold so I can buy Doran's Ring and Boots. And then I can actually start playing the game because I will have a bit of wave clear and Boots will help me trade and move around the map. So now because I have enough gold, and the next wave is a cannon wave, I can recall safely without losing anything. So I buy my items and TP back to lane. Because I recalled on a cannon wave, Lucian has to stay if he wants to keep priority. However, he decided to recall. And because he does, I can get priority on this next wave, which gives me a timer to roam or do whatever I want on the map. And here, because the enemy bot lane is very low, I see an opportunity to dive bot with my jungler. Coming back to lane, I make the mistake of trading with the Lucian here. I'm already very low on mana, so there's no reason for me to trade. Instead, I should conserve my mana to farm. Then to make things worse, I greed for a cannon and almost end up dying for it. Just barely living because of the level up. Unfortunately, my Hecarim goes a bit too deep and dies to the Lucian. But because Lucian recalls, I have the opportunity to push this wave before I base. So that way, when I come back to lane, I have a good wave state. So now that I'm level 7, my game plan completely changes. Now, instead of just farming, I want to push and roam because I have more wave clear. Lucian can't contest me on these waves because I just clear them too quickly, and then I can go and do whatever I want on the map. So once again, I run bot lane because they're low, and it's a very free dive. Unfortunately, my Kai'Sa does die, but we end up picking up 2 kills, which is very good for us. Here, I actually should have stayed for one more wave, so that way I would have my Proto Belt when I base, but I recall here on a awkward amount of gold, and end up buying boots which delays my spike. So once again, because the enemy mid laner recalls, I can get priority and do what I want. This time, I decide to go for plates, but I at least should have checked the side lanes to see if there was a play to make. And you guys should do the same in your own games. Whenever you have priority, check the side lanes before you do anything. Hecarim's pressure mid lane allows me to get priority once again, and because it's a cannon wave, Lucian will be stuck under tower for longer this time, so I have an even bigger roam timer. So here I'm running bot lane because the enemy top laner is dead anyway, so the only play to make is on bot side. When diving like this, focus on getting yourself out of tower range instead of greeting for the kill. After basing, my bot lane went mid, so I went top lane. This way we have prio in both top and mid to play for void grubs, but we should have waited for Kai'Sa to push out mid before contesting. Once the fight is over, I immediately run mid lane to push another wave. And now, because I have enough money, I base for my item, and of course, the item is Magi's. As Ekko, you are very safe buying Magi's because you have your ultimate and your W to keep you safe. So as long as you play around those two abilities, you can usually keep your stacks. So now I go top lane because my ADC is already mid, there's no point in me going mid here. With the help of my support, we easily dive the cannon. This allows me to expand my lead by also getting the top tower as well. And then a random river fight breaks out, and because we have the numbers advantage, we go join the fight and end up getting a free kill for it. Now this is something I see low elo players do quite often, and that is fighting for no reason. I could easily try and 1v1 the Lucian here, but there is no reason to do so. I don't have my ultimate, and I'm at risk of losing my 1k gold shutdown and 10 Magi stacks. So it's a very high risk, low reward play. My team wants to contest the Herald, however my Kai'Sa is not here, so we really shouldn't be contesting this. But because I have my ults, it's pretty safe for me to go in, but I fail my combo, so now there's nothing more to be done. Now I TP so I can save the mid tower because it's also an objective bounty. And then my Urgot manages to find a nice pick in the jungle and we go in to clean up. Because we have our item, we really just want to base before doing anything. This way we come back on the map much stronger and can make more plays happen. Because my ADC is already mid lane, there's no point in me going mid. My Urgot is running top, so I should be going bot lane. This way, we don't share resources and can individually get stronger. I stay in Fog of War, hoping to catch the Lucian, and the enemy Lucian does actually overextend for the wave, so I pick up another free kill, giving me my last few stacks to fully stack Magi's. Because my ult is down, all I should do is continue pushing bot and hit the tower. However, I follow this call to dive mid, but it is a really bad idea without my ultimate. And I do end up paying the price for my bad decision, giving away my 1k gold shutdown to Belbeth, while also losing 10 Magi stacks. After respawning, there is no point in me going top lane or bot lane here because those waves are already pushed out, so instead I look to get a pick in the river. However, the enemy Belbeth and Nami were waiting for me, so I have to burn my ultimate. My Urgot pinged he wanted to go bot lane, so I immediately go to hover mid instead. My Kaisa does a good job baiting, and I end up getting a free kill onto the enemy Nami. Now we want to play for Baron. We are already very ahead in this game, so we can easily win the Baron 5v5. However, it is solo queue, so you don't want to flip it, as I've seen so many games turn from a random Baron fight where the enemy jungler steals Baron. The enemy Lucian pushed top wave, so I go to collect that, so that way I am keeping up in levels and gold with my opponents. My Urgot gets collapsed on the side, but he manages to trade 1 for 2, and my teammates go to clean up. My TP was very late and didn't really matter in the end, so in hindsight, I should have just stayed top to push out the wave. Here my cat actually distracted me, so I didn't press R. Now we just want to play for Baron, that way we can end the game quickly. Unfortunately, my Urgot overextends and ends up dying on the top lane, so now we can't really fight Baron 4v5. However, my Hecarim ends up going in anyway and just dies. But me and bot lane are strong enough to defend the Baron on our own. And because of the bot wave, the enemy team actually has to recall. So while they do, I manage to find a nice pick onto the enemy Syndra, and then my Hui manages to find a very nice route onto the Belbeth, which gives us a free Baron. Now that we have Baron, all we need to do is siege their towers and end the game. A fight breaks out in the jungle and I manage to catch a Lucian overextending, picking up another free kill. Unfortunately, I end up greeting for the tower and lose my life for it. Thankfully, my team is strong enough to siege without me, and they win 4v5. When I respawn, I TP in, and it is just a simple case of ending the game. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'm actually live every week on this channel, so hopefully I will see you guys there. And stay tuned for more Ekko content in the near future.